Yeah, and let's talk about now our digital era. You know, I forget this word actually.
What's that?
Disc, not disc.
Yes, LPs.
LP.
These are LPs, long playing records. And then you have the CDs there. That was a CD. And then you have, oh, I got another record. Oh, there it is. There's a cassette, right? And now I've got a new logo that for the new records that I've designed for the Stop Making Sense, because I did that and I did this. And this one is a copy of what Capitol Records put on their wall in the 60s. So I had them make a copy of this for the whole company, because I worked for the company that did this. So they said, do you want to do this? And I made the records. We got them, but I made them. But now the background is going to be a picture of the guys, and on the side here is a digital download logo.
Yeah, when I was on your website, I just think, wow, he really did everywhere. You know, everywhere.
Well, the business is like that. The business is like that. One year you're doing this here, and next year, and for 3 months I worked with Oprah Winfrey on her one of her movies called Beloved. And they called me and said, you want to come out to Philadelphia? We'll take care of you and we'll pay you. Come on out and work on this movie. So that's it kind of, and every year is a little different, every quarter is different, every week, every day is a different scenario, and you end up having to wear a lot of hats, you know.
And about the digital era, what do you think? It helps artists to bring his music.
So the trick is, and you don't have to worry about it, you don't have to be concerned with it, because if you really look around, excuse my French, but 80% of that stuff is crap. Just because they did it at home and made it digital and paid to put it on YouTube or on iTunes or Spotify or whatever, doesn't mean it's any good. So you just have to concentrate on being good, because then you'll just float to the top. People go, these are good, these guys are good. And the others will just fall to the wayside. So the huge number of, the amount of material that's on these different platforms, it doesn't matter, because the good will rise. If you want to be in music, you have to decide what form of transportation you want to rise in the business. Are you going to be a soloist? Are you going to be in a band? Are you going to be a songwriter? Are you going to be, you never know. So you just have to concentrate. And the fundamental, as Mocha's right, is it's like I just said, it's got to be good, and then you'll rise to the top. There's millions of people out there, millions of songs out there, hundreds of millions of songs that are crap, because the people they just put it out there and think, well, because I thought of it, it's got to be good. Well, you have to, it really has to be good. And then you have to be honest with yourself about it. And if you're honest with yourself, things are always changing and morphing and altering. You have to be good with it, with the change happening. You know, it could take 20 years for you to become a great musician. So while you're becoming a great musician, you try to do whatever you can in your little studio or with other people and stuff to advance it. I worked with, over the last 40 years, I've worked with a lot of bands who, we go in the studio and we make a record and we do, okay, let's do this here and let's do that there, and they go, oh my God, this is great, this is great. And then I say, okay, now take this record and I'm going to make a copy for each one of you. So here's the band, and then here's the band without the bass player. Here, bass player, take that. Learn your part. Because they have to learn what we created. Because creating it, it just doesn't happen out of the blue. You go in and you go into the studio and you try things and you do things and you do this and that. Well, who expects you to come up with that right away? You have to go now and learn it. Learn what you just created. So everybody has an obligation to not change what they did, learn what everybody agreed on, right? So you have to play it the way it is, because how many times have you seen a band where every time you see them, the line that they played that you love is only half there or not totally there. If you're into that stuff, you're into Humphrey McGee, or you're into Grateful Dead, which are jam bands. You expect them to not do the same thing twice. But if you're listening to Dave Grohl or you listen to Stone Temple Pilots, you heard a song and you love that song and you want to hear it exactly the way you heard it, right? Like I said, it's branding again. Are you a jam band? Are you a pop band? Are you an alternative, a rock band, heavy metal band, a country band, a bluegrass band? What are you?